Good afternoon, I'm Shane Masters with the Midday News. Special welcome if you're watching on onespotmedia.com. The Ministry of Health is being urged to be more proactive instead of reactive in addressing issues affecting the health sector. Past President of the Medical Association of Jamaica, MAJ, Dr. Merton Smith, who is making that call, also wants the Ministry of Health to place more emphasis on customer service at public health facilities. TVJ Midday reports.
Following a recent incident at the Bustamante Hospital for Children in which People's National Party councillor Carrie Douglas clashed with a doctor, health personnel have been speaking out about safety concerns. The Jamaica Medical Doctors Association, JMDA, has also issued a warning that its members will no longer tolerate abuse from members of the public. The JMDA also outlined several suggestions for improving safety and hopes they will be implemented. Former President of the Medical Association of Jamaica, MAJ, Dr. Merton Smith, says the demands from the JMDA seems reasonable.
The members of the JMDA, who we usually refer to as the junior doctors, they're the frontline members of the medical staff, so they often interface with the public first, and so they would usually, be the ones who would often come into that initial conflict where conflicts should arise. I think what we're seeing is a level of frustration that is born out of long working hours, poor pay in terms of the compensation versus what they have to pay out for student loans and other things.
The health ministry noted that it was made aware of threats against staff on social media. It said it would be reviewing safety arrangements in health facilities. But Dr. Smith thinks the ministry needs to be more proactive instead of reactive.
With the greatest of respect in terms of the ministry, I don't think that without consulting the staff on the ground, that they'll be fully able to comprehend all the different issues that are at play and therefore address all the issues that are at play. So I think, the first thing is to have widespread consultation with the staff and then implement measures as the staff would often would recommend.
The former MAJ president also wants more patient affairs personnel to be hired at government-run health facilities.
Sometimes what frustrates patients is that they're waiting and they don't know how long they're going to be waiting, what they're waiting for, why is it taking so long. And while the doctor is busy attending to patients, I think it will be useful to have another category of staff that's going around and explaining to patients what's happening, so that they can be fully apprised of how long they will be in that situation. I think that will help to ease some of the frustration.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says he is prepared to meet with members of the Jamaica Medical Doctors Association, JMDA, to talk about issues affecting them. The JMDA has issued a warning that it will no longer tolerate abuse from members of the public, but the JMDA is not saying what actions its members will take. However, Dr. Tufton says the demand that the doctors are making, if their grievances are not addressed, is too forceful and that this is not necessary.
The tone of the request that they're demanding a meeting or else action. I'm just saying, there's no need to sort of almost be threatening in the request for the meeting, because I've never ever denied a meeting of an important or any stakeholder within public health. So it's fine. We just need to find the appropriate time. It's sufficiently urgent to them based on what they have said, and therefore we will find the best and the earliest possible time to have a discussion.
Opposition Senator and economist Dr. Andre Horn is urging the government to establish strict policies in a bid to ensure some stability in the economy and the Jamaican dollar. TVJ's Prince Moore reports.
Last Tuesday, the Jamaican dollar went to a new low of $142.23 against the U.S. currency. That led to the country's central bank intervening 3 times in the market, selling $90 million to authorized dealers and cambios in a bid to stabilize the economy. For opposition Senator and economist Dr. Andre Horton, The issue stems from the country's monetary and fiscal management. He noted that there is a direct correlation between the import and export of goods and services.
The fuel, the value of the fuel that we import has increased by almost $30 billion from 175 in 2007 to almost 206 billion in 2018. Also, machinery and transport equipment, the value that we import also increased from 160 billion to 180 billion.
Dr. Horton is of the view that the daily rate of exchange has significant impacts on the lives of the ordinary man. He says for any change to be experienced, the country must seek to drive up exports.
If you look at exports from 2017 to 2018, yes, it has been increasing. It has been increasing basically because of bauxite. It has been increasing basically because of alumina and minerals. So when you look at it, our imports are relatively close to 800 billion, while our exports is a little bit over 270 billion, which is 1/3. So
It's why he says there must be policy changes.
What we've been doing is that we have been giving importation, for example, the motor vehicles, we have been giving them leeway. We have been giving concessions to a wide cross-section, but we have not been giving the impetus to our productive sector.
For Dr. Horton, when it comes to bauxite especially, all of it should not be sold.
So when we take the bauxite out of the earth, for example, there should be a policy that says, okay, you can export 50% of this directly, but the next 50% must be manufactured.
Prince Moore, TVJ News.
And it's time for a break, but stay with us. More stories right after these messages. Welcome back, continuing the news. Councillors in the Clarendon Municipal Corporation are demanding that they and their colleagues in the other municipal corporations across the island be paid their retroactive salaries. The payments owed for 2018 should have been paid in April. President of the Association of Local Government Authorities of Jamaica, Alga J. Winston Mirage, has also come in for criticism for not advocating strongly on behalf of the councillors. The issue was raised at last week's meeting of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, of which Mr. Mirage is also chairman. Councillor for the Milk River Division, Carlton Bailey, argued that had the money been owed to members of Parliament, the response from the government would have been swift.
Whenever members of Parliament are to get any benefits, it not take no time. No take no time at all.
And they don't fight against each other.
It don't take no time because everybody is up in arms with the thing and is agitating for the thing.
Yeah.
But I notice we the little councillors, them treat you like we are hog seed.
Mr. Bailey says based on how they are being treated, it's as if their work is not as important as that of the MPs. Meanwhile, Councillor for the Crofts Hill Division, Anthony O'Connor, took the Alga J president to task for not discussing the matter with local government minister Desmond McKenzie.
You're our Alga president. You're there to represent us. You said you and your executive met and you agree with some things, yet still in the report, and I'm seeing many pages here, there is no definitive response in this report as it relates to councillors. 228 of us nationally. Huh? Nothing.
There's another call for the government to remove the General Consumption Tax, GCT, on table eggs. The Jamaica Agricultural Society, JAS, wants the Finance Ministry to consider ending the tax during the next fiscal year. Last month, consumers were warned to brace for an increase in the price of eggs. President of the Egg Farmers Association, Roy Baker, said the rate of increase will be determined by individual egg farmers. Mr. Baker said egg farmers are facing serious economic hardships, especially due to the GCT, which is crippling the sector. JAS President Leonard Fulton agrees that the tax is unfair.
And the egg farmers have experienced increase in input, especially feed, over a number of years, and have not been able to move their egg price. And that is because we are a low consumer of eggs. We are eating just about 1.5 eggs on average per week. And we are advocating that it's a health food. If we could go up to 3 eggs per week, then the industry would dramatically increase its production of eggs.
Leader of the opposition People's National Party, Dr. Peter Phillips, made a monetary donation to his former primary school in St. Ann. On a recent tour of the parish with PNP Member of Parliament for South East St. Ann, Lisa Hanna, Dr. Phillips handed over a check of 100,000 Jamaican dollars to the Monique Primary and Junior High School.
I thought that while coming here, we would leave a small token of appreciation for what this school did for me and contribute to the school fund that is being put together to provide easier entrances to all the classrooms for the disabled students. As we've been always doing, seeing firsthand the life experiences of people, hearing their views about what could be done to improve the conditions of life, sharing our views about how to make things better, how to improve the quality of management of the country's affairs, how to secure economic progress for the people and social progress.
News now in sports. The Reggae Boys were held to a 1-1 draw by Guyana in their final League B fixture of the CONCACAF. And that's the midday news. I'm Shane Masters. Join us at 7 for primetime news. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, good afternoon.